Today I fucked up by taking the fattest bong rip of my life before getting frisky. Last night my boyfriend and I enjoyed a lovely seafood dinner together. A little too lovely. I was absolutely stuffed to the brim after the kitchen kept sending out dishes for us and comped all our cocktails. I was so bloated that I barely survived the waddle home. Unfortunately, I did survive, and after a couple French 75s I was feeling down to go to Pound Town. Things are starting to progress between my boyfriend and I, but I can feel my stomach gurgling in protest. Alas, I know the perfect remedy. A nice bong rip. Half-dressed I set up the bong, but we have just got a brand new one, much bigger one. In my horny, happy, half-drunk state I failed to account for this difference and pack the bowl out and rip it. I breathe in as much as my lungs can take, and then some. Immediately I throw up everywhere. It's thick and goopy and stinks from the sardines, mackerel and oysters we just ate. I turn around to my boyfriend in shock and horror, looking for a shred of comfort, but instead am met with a look of equal devastation. I immediately begin crying. I look down and realize not only have I managed to vomit on myself, but on my boyfriend's laptop and my favorite book. I begin crying harder. The moment is gone. The train has skipped Pound Town and gone straight to Misery Town. I strip naked and am the most embarrassed I have been in my life. My boyfriend offers weak words of comfort eventually, from a distance. I finished crying in the shower. Too long did not read. I took a fat bong rip before sex after a huge dinner and threw up everywhere, instantly killing the mood. Tomorrow is a new day. At least you didn't unlock a new kink. Is the laptop okay? Sardines, mackerel and oysters. Are you a seal by chance? Ah, memories. I remember the days of yakking off a bong rip. Welp, life goes on, don't stress on it too much. So you vomited chum on the floor instead of vomiting cum on the floor? Bad night. Today I fucked up by thinking a girl was flirting with me. Turns out she was trying to sell me insurance. Today I f***ed up by mistaking a very friendly insurance agent for someone who was into me. So a few weeks ago, I was at a coffee shop just minding my own business when this girl approached me. She was super friendly, asked if she could sit at my table. It was a crowded place, and we ended up talking for a while. She was laughing at my jokes, complimented my watch, even said something like, "You have a really calm energy. It's refreshing." My brain. This is it. This is how Netflix romances begin. We exchanged numbers, or rather, she took mine and said she'd love to catch up again soon. The next day, she texts me, "Hey, so nice chatting yesterday, smile, let's connect sometime this week. I'm already planning what shirt I'll wear." We set up a catch-up at a quiet lounge-wide place. I show up, slightly overdressed. She's already seated with a laptop, folder, and what I now realize was not a flirty smile. It was a sales smile. She starts the convo with, "So I don't know if you've ever considered a long-term investment plan that also protects your loved ones." I died a little inside. I sat there for 40 minutes while she pitched me life insurance like I was a 50-year-old family man with mortgage anxiety. The compliments? Rapport building. The number exchange? Lead capture. The refreshing calm energy. Probably code for, "This guy looks too polite to leave mid-pitch." To make it worse, I nodded through the whole thing like I was still trying to impress her. Too long did not read. Thought I was being flirted with by a girl at a cafe. Turned out she was just a very charming insurance agent. I went to what I thought was a date, and got pitched life insurance instead. That was deeply manipulative of her. I hope you wasted as much of her time as possible. Based on what you wrote here, I don't see that you did anything wrong. I hope you didn't sign a contract law. Not your fuck up. This is a pretty common practice from MLM types. They come up and talk to you in supermarkets, coffee shops, etc. and make it seem like they want to have a personal relationship with you. Once they have your interest and contact details, they get selling and or recruiting. It's predatory and gross, and I hope you didn't buy the shitty insurance. She was flirting with you, she just had an ulterior motive. It was very trashy and manipulative of her. You bought the damn insurance, didn't you? Did you buy the insurance? Today I fucked up by not knowing about OAS, oral allergy syndrome. For context, I had an allergy test done a few years ago, and I ended up being allergic to every tree tested for. This included birch, which is key to this story. I recently moved to an area well known for high-quality apples. So naturally, I bought a couple apples and was excited to eat them. I ate one a couple hours ago, and was greatly enjoying it. Then, my gums started itching. I didn't think much about it and kept eating this delicious apple. I finished it, and the itching kept getting worse. I've never had an issue with apples before, so I was kinda confused. Ended up googling itchy gums, and it turns out that you can have an oral allergic reaction to a variety of fruits, particularly apple, if you're also allergic to birch pollen. I brushed my teeth and gums and it got 95% better. but I was still taken aback that I could react to apples in that way. I guess I had never had fresh enough apples until today, haha. Too long did not read. Ate an apple and subsequently learned I probably have an oral allergy to fresh apple pollen. My husband has this. It's an absolute pain in the butt because his is set off by cucumber of all things. I also have a birch pollen allergy and cannot eat raw apples, peaches or cherries. Also seems to include an alcohol intolerance around sulfites. From someone with the same cross-sensitivity, try making applesauce or just oven baking an entire apple. With those, you don't usually react to cooked fruit and veg. Raw potatoes bring me out in a rash, and raw apples make my lips go tingly. I have zero reaction to cooked potatoes and apple. You can also be allergic to specific varieties of fruit and veg. Standard kiwis, and big oranges make my lips tingle and mouth sore. Blood orange, satsumas, and golden kiwi don't cause a reaction. I have this with bananas. I definitely developed it later because I used to eat them all the time. It makes my throat really itchy, enough that it's not worth it. I miss bananas. I thought grapes just tasted itchy for decades and I couldn't understand why anyone enjoyed them as a snack. It was mildly embarrassing to discover that they should not taste itchy. Welcome to the sad club. I found out by eating an apple and ending up in urgent care because my eyes swelled, looked like I had 2 black eyes, and my mouth and throat were itchy and swollen as well. But I can eat apples just fine in the winter. Same with some other fruits that cause a milder but still noticeable reaction. It seems to be the combination of the fruit and whatever tree, grass, pollen is in the air at the time. So, in summer I mostly eat melon and berries. I miss peaches. Today I fucked up by going through an interview with zero experience. Oh boy, that was awkward. I was on LinkedIn when I saw this post about an engineering job for this big company. It clearly says 5 years of experience, which I do have but not in the role needed. I said to myself, F it, will I apply? What's the worst gonna happen? I used LaTeX to write a custom CV. Just before I applied to the job I said to myself, every time I apply for a job 99% I don't get the chance to do an interview. I will trick the ATS system. So I put so many keywords in the resume as white font that will only be read by the ATS and I applied for the job. Few days later, I received a call about the interview date and time. Oh boy, it's happening. I started to prepare like hell and went to the interview. It was a very intense and detailed engineering interview, purely technical. A question after another for 45 minutes. I was doing okay for most parts until I broke down and couldn't answer. Do you know X? Given Y, how would Z be affected? Write the code to reduce the computing complexity of ABC given that def. After those questions I said to myself, they know everything and they are trolling me, so I was just honest and replied I don't know. Surprisingly, when the interview ended they cheered me up and said we did not find a candidate with this level of knowledge so far. I was stunned and holding my laughter. They said they will reply to me if I got accepted. Honestly, I don't mind even if I don't. Too long did not read. I applied for an interview with no experience and I guess I passed the interview. Today I fucked up by doing well in an interview, okay. This today I fucked up should be from hiring side actually. After they hire you and practically assign you coding task, their title should be, today I fucked up hiring a great engineer with zero coding sense. This story somehow reminds me about those annoying classmates that always said, OMG I didn't learn and completely fucked up the exam. Just to get A at the end. No one who actually uses LaTeX to write their CV would write it in all caps. Today I fucked up, not really. Sounds like you want a victory lap on Reddit for doing good on an interview. Good job though. Just keep on studying as there may be second round interview. Being honest about what you don't know is also a skill. They always search for 25-year-old people with 40 years of experience in at least 3 different jobs. And then they settle down on the person that fits the real checklist the best.